Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where last episode we somewhat unexpectedly had the British capitulate. They capitulated when Australia capitulated, which was odd, but okay, if that's what they want to do, I'm not going to complain. We're headed up to Azerbaijan at this point. We already took over Persia, so let's go take over Azerbaijan. But before we do too much, I want to check on our coring list. How is this going? Do we have a core going? We do, but only for 6 more days. Let's wait that out. So 5 days now, and we'll just get another core going as soon as this is up. 4 days. 3 days. This is kind of painfully slow with this window open. But it's okay. Is it any faster with it closed, actually? Marginally. I think it's like 30% faster. It's definitely faster. Okay, so that coring is now completed. Let's take this all the way up to the top, and this is not wanting to scroll to the top, but there we go. And let's get a core going. Perfect. So next up, we're looking to buy more territory, of course. We're at peace right now. We are not currently at war, and we want to try to buy more of this. So we can buy like 9 right now. Let's see if they'll sell it to us. No? Yes. No. No. And yes. Well, we've been going about 50-50, so that's not too bad. I'm surprised that any of these accept this deal, to be honest. I don't understand it, but sure. I would not accept this deal under almost any circumstances. Unless I just wanted to get the off-map factories and I was planning to attack and crush the East India Company and take it back soon, that would be a circumstance I might do it. But at this point, it's too far gone for that. That's absolutely not going to happen. So a lot of these are being declined to us, which isn't necessarily surprising. Let's get one more attempt here. No. Okay. So that looks good. Next up, infrastructure. Now, we need some infrastructure down here. Do we need any in Europe? The answer is no. Okay. So next up, anti-air. We should need quite a bit of anti-air over here in Europe. And a little bit down over here. We were doing well at first, but then everybody started saying no, which was very sad, of course. So we do have some coastal forts that we can put in here. And we absolutely need to get these factories working. So that's definitely something we should think about doing. Coastal forts down here and over here as well. That makes sense. We'll get that done. And down over here. Cool. And then, of course, civilian factories. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a few out through here for sure. Okay, so something like that. I don't think we own any of this, do we? No, we do not. So that's absolutely fine. We'll just get all of these queued up, including in some of these new provinces. Interesting. They didn't have those provinces maxed? That's kind of wild. Well, we'll just get all of that queued up, and that'll be fine. So as we can see, we're at 1468 out of 2026. We need a lot more construction queued up. So I'm just going to go through. I don't want to build in our vassal states right now because that's a good way for us to reduce autonomy. But instead, I think that we're going to start queuing up in like North America here. So we'll just go through this list until we are maxed out. And we have the game paused right now for increased responsiveness as we're doing this. We'll unpause it shortly. Okay, let's just get these all queued up until all of our factories are working. There, all of our factories are working now. So let's unpause the game, and it will immediately become a lot less responsive. That's just the way Hearts of Iron works. And we're just going to continue to push on through here, after the autosave anyway. There we go. I just want to get a bunch of this queued up. So we'll keep doing this for a while until, like, I don't know, probably not until our core is, or rather our justification is completed, but rather sometime around we have, I don't know, 200 political power, something like that. We can do this for a little while, for sure. Because there's a lot of work that needs to be done out over here. We've mostly been keeping up on our important constructions. These are unimportant constructions. I want to be clear about that. This is just so that our factories have something to do. Okay, so we'll do that. Eventually we'll run out of locations to build as well, and that's definitely noted. I'm hoping the series will be done by then. Well, it'll definitely be done by then. The question is, how much further are we actually planning on taking this series? Because there's not really anyone who can contest us. I think we're going to go until such a time as we cannot purchase any more territory. And then we'll fight a war against the allies, what allies remain. And then we'll probably call it there. We're not going to have much threat in any of that, I don't think. At this point, the threat is basically gone. Our threat was in that very first war, right? If we were going to lose, it would have been in that first war. At this point, we're just not. So that's noted. It would just take them so long and so much attrition that we can just throw ridiculous numbers of troops. It's not a problem. We've got 23 million manpower in the bank right now, and we're not even attempting to get strong manpower. We're on 5% recruitment, right? Like, we can get a lot higher than that. So that's problematic for them, for sure. I'm kind of sticking to state borders here, and I don't really know why, except right here. I didn't do that right here. But sure, I guess we can do this state by state. So I'm just queuing these up at the bottom. We've got 89 political power at this moment. Okay. Let's get this completed, this little section of New Mexico, and this little section of Texas. And looks like we did part of Louisiana as well, so let's get that finished. Our justification is done at this moment. So let's just complete Louisiana there, and from there, I think we'll just leave that be for the moment. So our justification is done, and that, of course, means that we need to attack this. Who is potentially going to defend them? No one. And that's what we want to see. So we'll send this, and these guys are going to immediately launch an attack. There are some defenders. I want to just get in here immediately. So we're just going to launch an attack from a bunch of different directions with our tanks. Okay, there we go. Perfect. This just wasn't going to get attacked with our plan that we had here, so I just wanted to do that. There we go. That looks good. So they're going to die very, very quickly. This is not going to be very effective for them. We're going to have a pretty easy time pushing in here. The dawn of the European Federation. Azerbaijan just joined that with Finland. That's this. Okay. So we should plan that they're going to absolutely be part of this war. We're going to move a front line up over here. And do we have any tanks around here that are, like, not assigned to anything? There's these guys. They're going to take some time to get there. Everyone's going to take time to get there. This was unexpected. So we're going to move these up. And if Finland joins the war, honestly, that's good for us. So we'll see. The Republic of Finland did join the war. That is good for us, but we're going to, unless they don't have any troops, we're going to lose ground over here. Do they have troops? We don't have intel on the number of troops that they have, but it might be 0. I don't see any troops as of right now. So we have troops on the way up, and it's going to take us some time to get there. We'll lose ground if they have any army at all. They do. Okay, so Azerbaijan has capitulated at this time. This army is freed up. I think that's fine. We're going to leave this be. So we're going to lose some ground up over here, and that's A-okay. We'll get forces up there soon enough. For now, I do want to do some purchases. So let's get Nord-Pas-de-Calais if we can. We actually got it. Okay, excellent. And Paraguay? No. Montevideo. Yes. Murcia. Which Murcia is this? Spanish Murcia. That makes sense. We already hold the other Murcia. So that's absolutely fine. And next up would be Burgos. We got it. Excellent. And Antofagasta from Bolivia. I think we've tried that one previously. Yeah, that's, I believe, what was constantly rebelling from Chile. So we'll keep an eye on that. Next up would be this. No? How about Madrid? Surprisingly, yes. We'll continue to buy up more of Spain here. Central Australia is next. And we actually got it. So we finally got the Outback. I mean, it's not that much of a prize, to be honest. And we're just going to continue here. We can do 2 more. Northwest Australia. Excellent. Okay, so we're out of political power. Let's go through and do our constructions. And yeah, this is impassable. So that's not necessarily surprising. Anything in Spain? No. Okay, most of this is already built up. So that all seems fine. We'll get that anti-air done. And then a few coastal forts down over this direction. We might have a couple down here as well. And probably we need to do some work in Australia, don't we? So yeah, definitely some coastal forts down here. And probably anti-air. I believe we did the infrastructure, though. Yeah, we can't build infrastructure there because it's impassable. And that's absolutely understood. Next up, we'll get these civilian factories built back up, and then I figure we'll probably look at the war here pretty soon, as soon as we've got this done. Our forces are probably still a ways away from there, and we'll continue to lose ground because they're just unopposed for the moment. That's okay. We'll get there. We've got forces on the way up, and they're going to get there in relatively short order. And once they do, we're just absolutely going to crush Finland. There's not a problem there. So do we have anything in North America we need? Yes, we do. Excellent. So look at all of that constructing. That looks good for now, other than this area that I missed. Okay. Sure. So we're on our way up at this moment. Why are you showing us being here and here? They're actually back here, but okay. So the Finnish army is pushing out over this way. We'll get them contained soon. We're on our way, and we're traveling pretty quickly. But I'm not sure what the status is out over here on things like supply. It's not terrible. We haven't really worked this up at all. What level of railway is this? Okay, this is level 1 railroad. So that's, exciting, but it's fine for now. We're going to get our forces up there. We just need to stop their push. I'd like to prevent them from taking the entire... Really, the Chilean Socialist Republic is happening again? Oh, it's this section. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to see how they handle that. But we're much more interested in this war right now. Surprisingly, it looks like our forces might actually arrive up here in time to... Nope, they did not. Okay, so we're going to have to delete these orders. We're going to have to give up on this peninsula for now. We didn't quite get there in time. So our forces are arriving to contain them. This is just our infantry, though. We don't have our armor here yet. Okay. So if this is our region that we're operating in, I'm going to motorize all of these hubs. Something like that. And we're kind of lacking out over here. We can start construction on a supply hub. I don't know if this is going to be done in time, but we've also got the Trans-Siberian Railway going out and connecting into our main network here. So that's reasonably fine. From there, this all connects to Moscow, right? And that makes sense. But from there, what I'd like to see is a line of rail that goes all the way up over here. We can't get Moscow at this moment, so we can't have that rail hub there, but we can make our own rail hubs. It's absolutely fine. From there, we would want to make sure that our rail lines up over here are very, very solid. So it would be something like that. Where is our supply hub that we queued up over here? I'm sure we did. Maybe we didn't. I intended to build the supply hub right there. And then we were going to build a rail line coming down like this and connecting in over here. This will go up to 5, and then this will go up to 5, and then this out over this way will also go up towards 5. I'm not going to upgrade this whole area, but something along the lines of that for right now. Okay, so that should get us some progress out over here, but we still need to wait, of course, for our tanks to arrive. This is undefended. They're going to take all of that. That's fine. Our infantry are arriving, although this base is undefended right now, awkwardly enough. Do we have any units going there? Yes, we do. Okay. So it's going to take them some time to get shuffled around, but that's okay. We have a relatively skeleton force here, but it appears to be enough to dissuade them from wanting to actually attack. So that's good. And the question is, where's that tank force at? The answer is they are on the way. They're not that far, actually. They'll be here pretty soon, so that looks good. Autosave, of course, occurring, and we'll just make our way up with this tank unit. Not a tank division, this is a tank army. And I do want to start work on justification on something else. This is allies, this is allies. So we'd really have to start coming down into Africa or start going after, like, Bulgaria. And, of course, we don't yet have what we need to do that. So I'm going to tell these guys to come over here and frontline. And these guys made their way back over here. Yeah, that's not surprising. So we're just going to tell them to also come frontline for Bulgaria. That didn't go. Okay, I think it might actually be underneath this. It is. That's awkward. Okay. That's very awkward. But sure. They're now both assigned to that in theory. So our tanks are going to be arriving up here shortly. We can see that the Finnish forces are actually overextended. So that's very good to see. They're trying to launch some attacks at our relatively thinly spread infantry unit here. But our tanks are arriving, and our tank organization here is going to build up significantly. Draft dodging? Okay. We'll do a pay rise. That's fine. We're negative in our political power. That's absolutely understood. So, this tank unit here, we're going to tell them that their goal is to offensive line simply up to... not exactly like this. About like this. Okay. I'm not going to tell them to execute this yet because their organization is extremely low. We'll give them a moment to get their organization up. And of course, for our railways to build up a little bit. But as we can see, the Finnish forces are having a very hard time dislodging us now. And that's absolutely fantastic. This is what we want to see. So I'm going to order this attack very shortly here. In fact, we should be good now. So let's go ahead and go. Is this the wrong army? It is the wrong army. Let's go ahead and go. There we go. So we're going to launch this broad attack with our tank army, and the Finnish forces should be in collapse pretty quickly here. So the main question is, what are the supply lines going to look like as we take this area back over? But also, Finland should capitulate pretty swiftly here. They've only got the 2 victory points. One of them was captured from us. So that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I don't think that's a major issue. If we can shorten this front line, that'll be beneficial for us overall. But honestly, I think this is absolutely fine. A longer front line would be good if we wanted to commit more forces to it. We would definitely benefit more from that than Finland would, but for the forces that we have right now, a shorter front line is good. Concentrating our tanks is not a bad idea. But everything is going absolutely fine here. We've hit an autosave. There we go. And we'll just continue to push Finland back towards their original borders. And I don't foresee any major issues up this way unless we start to run into supply issues. So we'll see what that looks like. The supplies are going to get pretty thin up over this direction, so we may have to build up our supply network. We'll see. Yeah, we're definitely starting to run a bit low on supplies. This supply hub here, we can see it's trying. It's trying its best. If we can take this naval base, that's a pretty big deal, though. Our draft reform was effective, so that's good. Okay, so the question is, if we end up stalling out due to lack of supplies, where is this going to be at? I would not say that we're stalled out yet, although things are definitely starting to slow down a bit for us. No doubt about that. So Finland has a pretty decent-sized army, considering their overall size, that's for sure. But I'm still pretty content about this as of right now. Yeah, I don't think there's major issues here. This hub should be motorized. Absolutely. That's a hub that we captured, I believe. And we captured a hub up here, too. Okay, that's actually a very big deal, that we captured a hub here. So I want to make sure that this is connected up by a decent railway, and it largely is. So this hub over here is kind of awkwardly connected. I want to upgrade like this. There we go. So that'll get us a lot better supplies, and will probably fuel our push all the way through the rest of Finland. I don't think we'll have to make a big supply pause the way we have in some previous campaigns. So this is looking absolutely great. Let's just continue to push in here. And actually they have 3 victory points. They have 1 down here too. So I'd love to get this captured, but for now, I'm fairly content with what we've got going on. I don't see any major issues here. I also don't know why the Republic of Finland decided to do this. This was clearly a bad idea. But okay. This will break us into the Scandinavian Peninsula, so that sounds good. Very delighted about that one. How much are we using for garrison manpower right now? 52k? Okay, that's noted. So we're kind of bypassing their cities down here, and I'm okay with that, as long as we get the surround done. Oh, there's 2 more victory points here that I didn't know about. Okay. It just didn't appear when we were zoomed out. Wow, draft dodging again? That's bad luck. So at this point, these guys are actually cut off, and that's magnificent. So these guys, they can get supplies in via Petsamo and via Murmansk, but that's their only source of supplies up over here, and both of these are low-level naval bases. This is a level 4, so it can probably supply a decent chunk. But they're going to have a very hard time. Yeah, you can see their supplies are definitely getting dire out over here. So honestly, this attack out over here I think is far more important. I'd love to take Murmansk at this point. That would be huge, because that would divide them again and get rid of their major form of supplies. And there we go. These guys out here now have no form of supplies. I want to grab our tank units that are assigned here and make sure that they are offensive lined like that, and tell them, get going on that. These guys only have 1 source of supply. It is Petsamo, and we're actively attacking it. And we just got it. So this is going to stack wipe out over here, and these guys will get reassigned here and here. There we go. And these out over here, they're not going to last long either. They have no source of supplies at all. So that looks good. We just want to push in over this direction as quickly as possible. And as far as this front out over here goes, everything is looking fine. I'm not terribly concerned about it. What's our supply look like up here in the north? Well, we know that we got Petsamo, so we can motorize that, and Murmansk. We can motorize that as well. And then we've got this supply hub here. It's a little bit awkward in terms of where these supply hubs are. I'm going to build one over here, but I don't expect it to be done in time for us to do anything with it. And I'd like to build a railway straight down like this, and then a railway straight down like this. That'll do for now. And this is nearly all level 5 going up this way. This should be upgraded. This should be upgraded. And then that all looks good. Okay. So we'll just do something kind of like that. So as far as getting Murmansk goes, this is absolutely wonderful. We have no problem here. They are in full collapse, and they will continue to be in full collapse until they're stack wiped. So that's absolutely fine. No issue there. Autosave occurring. The Chilean Socialist Republic declared war on Chile. Shocking. And we're just going to continue through here. Our troops are actually having a hard time keeping up with the front line here. The front line is moving so quickly. So, you know, that's hilarious. These guys have nowhere to run at this point. They are backed against the sea, and they will start to stack wipe shortly. Wow, draft dodging again? Wow. All of our political power is going to that. That event has popped 3 times in the past, like, I don't know, 90 days? Do we still have multiple of those events ongoing right now? Only one, currently. But, yeah, that's been eating up a lot of political power. That's been 360 political power eaten up. So at this point, now we're in the proper front line of versus Finland. And Finland will collapse, but it'll take us a little bit of time. So that's absolutely a-okay. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will crush Finland, and then we'll go back to our purchases. If we get enough political power to do so. Anyway, that would be nice. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Rornaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.